shit. What an amazing episode. Another amazing episode of Fear the Walking Dead. That is episode 9. And fuck a chicken. They're doing some amazing stuff. Woo! Hello everybody! Here is my Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 Episode 9 review. As you can see, I already thought it was a pretty good episode. So many great moments. We had like a proper Western style shootout in the streets of Lawton. The moment Morgan literally comes in riding on his horse like a total badass. Ginny's on the radio to him asking where he is, and he just literally goes, "I'm right here," and runs in, and it's like, oh shit. So cool. And Ginny flailing around, begging everyone to listen to her side of things when Morgan's just tearing her down with the truth. And it was amazing, as well as that, all of that cool stuff going on. Victor finally revealed what the fuck he was doing, because we've been frustrated with him. I'm sure I'm not the only one. From this whole season so far of his, like, you know he's up to something, but what is he really doing? He's not telling the characters, he's not telling us what's going on. And then finally he reveals that he was building an army, as Ginny told him to do. He was doing what he was told, but she should have been careful who he was building the army for. And that bit was just cool, and it was nice to just see him kind of reveal what he was up to and be on our side for once, although he does kind of try and stop Morgan running off with her again. So he's still on his own side, we know, and he probably always will be. We had obviously Grace finally reunite with Morgan way at the end of the episode, which was lovely. Although I feel the moment when Morgan's dragging Ginny through the woods after her hilarious gunshot wound, he's holding her ever so sweetly. I think I can't help but see that they maybe would have made a nice couple. Totally just kidding. But yeah, so they had their lovely reunion at the end. And I said in my last review that if you want to be angry at anyone for John's death, don't take it on Dakota. It's Ginny's fault. And Ginny said herself that it wasn't Dakota, it was her. It was all her fault. I think you can say that June probably agreed with that. She took it out on Virginia. Just got to stir my pasta, sorry. June, spoiler alert, massive spoiler alert. You shouldn't be watching this at the moment already, but again, spoiler alert. June kills Ginny finally. A whole episode of, oh god, she's gonna die. She's already got one arm, only one arm. She then gets shot in the shoulder. She nearly gets shot by Sherry. Morgan stops that. She nearly gets taken out by the what's it called? By the military truck thing. Yeah, nearly gets taken up with this. Victor turns up with his army that he's created. Wants her dead. Sherry turns up, wants her dead. They're about to go at it. Like a bunch of crazy people at the dam. And then Morgan's about to cut her head off. Then he doesn't. And then she seems like she's getting away with it, like she's going to be locked up. So like Negan 2.0 kind of thing, which kind of made John a Carl 2.0, because John, he was done with all the violence, all the death. He didn't want to kill anymore if he didn't have to. So it kind of gave Morgan the idea of, we don't have to kill Ginny in a less like life is precious kind of way, and just end the violence, end the killing. So yeah, he kind of became the Carl 2.0, and Ginny almost became Negan 2.0, which is funny. Like, they were going to lock her up, exile her, so on. And to be honest, I feel like Ginny's done less psychotic, horrific things than Negan, but she's just not as likable as a character. So we didn't need her to stay in the series, did we? I think a lot of people were very happy that she got shot in the face, in the head, whatever. And we saw her brain splattered all over the floor, so I think she's dead. And it's kind of something to celebrate, because, you know, she was a pretty horrible person. June got her revenge, but at the same time, John wouldn't have wanted that. And it was June, his wife, that kind of shot her and totally went against his wishes. His, like, last will and testament. His last wish. But then she puts on his hat, walks out with his gun, and just storms out of there and goes, I don't know, storming off into the sunset. But she looked pretty damn cool in that get-up. And yeah, of course she was gonna kill her, really. She saved her again, only for a little bit, to shoot her in the head. Which Morgan said that they were gonna twist the knife, that she didn't deserve to be executed there and then, and I think they did. They kind of made her suffer. They're like, oh, we're going to kill you, no we're not, well, we're going to kill you, no we're not, and then at the end just shot her in the head. And she seemed quite surprised and quite shocked. It must have been horrible for her. There was the reveal that she was actually Dakota's mum, which don't know if it was absolutely necessary, because I think we kind of got that vibe anyway. Like, she was her older sister, she had this motherly vibe, but obviously not a very healthy she didn't play a very healthy motherly role, but I guess it kind of just hits it home even more that she really is the reason Dakota's that screwed up, which is what I was saying from the beginning. You can still hate her if you want to, and I don't know how her story's going to go ahead. Is she going to be another Charlie character? Because I don't really know if they need another one. But let's see. I like her, and there were amazing acting again from pretty much everyone involved, but especially Dakota, Virginia, Morgan. Obviously I know that that's not their real names, they have actual real names, but you know who I mean. Morgan's always great, so it's like, oh, you know, it's just him being him. Lenny James. But yeah, Dakota and Ginny, and you got to give it up for Ginny because she ain't going to be in it again. Maybe in a flashback, but I don't see why. Don't see why you'd bother. And this is the episode that was meant to be the second half's first episode. So imagine we've had this big break and then we come back and we watch, and then the main villain at the time dies. It was such good timing. It wasn't like the predictable finale, you know. Pretty cool, and it gives us a lot more time to go into these new guys, like what's going to happen there. It's pretty exciting, and I think this episode shows that they haven't ruined Fear by killing off John. This was an amazing episode. I'm sure there's so much more to talk about. I mean, the execution scene, or what we thought was going to be an execution scene, like just a proper Morgan and his executioner's axe, medieval style. That was amazing to see, and you could kind of see him resisting the urge to go cray Morgan. Unfortunately, we have Sherry leaving Dwight to it again, which is just a frustrating thing of why. Really? Is it just because they don't want it to be that easy for us, the writers? I don't know which way that's going to go, but they should just be back together. We've had a nice reunion. Their reunion episode this season was amazing and lovely, but then I guess it's realistic that it's not as simple as that. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. Are they going to get together again? Is it all going to be a happy ending for them? I don't know where the story's going, but it's intriguing, definitely. And then we got Victor going off on his own as well, so we kind of got our group. It's kind of like a bittersweet ending to this episode, because one of the most horrible villains dies, but June leaves, Sherry leaves, Victor leaves, and we don't really know what's going on. They're a bit scattered, a bit splintered. But yeah, there's just so many things that they could do in the future that I'm interested in. Like, where's June going? When is she going to come back? If she isn't going to be back in this season, the rest of the season, hopefully, because I want to see the new evolved version of her going around. But she probably has to take a bit of a vacation to process the death of John, because in this episode she just looked, I don't know, like she wasn't processing it at all, really, just in a state of shock the whole time. Hopefully she got some closure killing Ginny, but I don't know. I'm kind of doubtful of that. Let me know, guys, what you thought of the episode. If you didn't enjoy it, I don't get it, because I thought it was amazing. I don't know if I enjoyed it more than last episode. I don't know. It's hard to say. But that just suggests how good it is, because the last episode was amazing, even though it's very, very tragic. And this episode was also very tragic in a lot of ways. But at least it wasn't a fan favourite character that died, that's for sure. I loved Ginny as a villain, not as an actual person, but I thought she brought a unique villainousness to it. She was kind of like Negan in the way that she'd built this community, and in a lot of ways she did protect them in her own twisted way, but then she obviously didn't have the brute force and the brute strength that Negan had. As soon as the shit hit the fan, she was like running around like a headless chicken, getting shot, screaming, and being dragged away by the good guys who were trying to save her. But yeah, amazing episode. Please leave a like on the video and stick around. Subscribe if you're new, because I'll be doing the rest of this season of Fear, and of course doing season 11 of The Walking Dead, I guess, The World Beyond as well, if you guys are interested in that. And let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you.